Public transportation in any rural place is necessary for people to be connected to their everyday life activities. We have pockets of individuals that live in little clusters. Our transportation system connects them to the things that are necessary for them.
It's very rural. It's very important that public transportation be here, exist, and take care of the people we have.
Transportation is something that you can take for granted, because when you get up, you don't think about, oh, I got to figure out how I'm going to go to work, how I'm going to the grocery store, how I'm going to the bank. So transportation is a big piece of our life, even though we don't think about it.
Some people have to travel 20 and 30 miles just to get to a decent healthcare facility. Without having transportation, they wouldn't be able to get to those medical facilities. It's important that people have access.
The transit program here, once we brought it back, has been just a huge shot in the arm for this community, because, of course, it's something that any town, I think, in Mississippi needs.
Public transportation was one of the things that we saw as something needed for our senior citizens first, because they needed a way to get into the nutrition sites, they needed a way to get to the doctor, they needed a way to get to the grocery store. And our major concern at that time was just those individuals. As that service provided those things for those senior citizens, we found that it could serve as an economic development tool to enhance our community.
We provide an array of transportation services for senior citizens to get to congregate meal sites, to get to adult daycare centers, for children needing to get back and forth to child care centers, to students getting to and from the university, to people who need to get to mental health centers, people who need to get to work.
I benefit a lot because I have a lot of doctor's appointments, and they transport me from doctor to doctor. They're there for my needs.
We provide a wide array of mental health services to more than 20,000 clients. Transportation is a very important part of our program. The vast majority of our clients either don't drive or don't have access to vehicles. In order to get them into our clinic for services, we have to provide transportation services. We realized many years ago that we needed to get professional transportation providers to do the services for us.
Well, I have been riding the transit for over 10 years. I ride the transit every day, back and forth to work. It has been very, very beneficial to me. I don't drive, and it's just a good opportunity when you want to grow and do different things. If you don't have a way, you have an option.
The people that we have in our program don't drive. Because of their disabilities, they can't get licensed to drive. So because of that, they need transportation to get to work. And public transit allows us to be able to offer about 22 people here an opportunity to get to work and get back home each day. And it takes a load off the family members because they don't have to schedule part of their day to get them to work or get them back home.
We have so many students that come to the institution that live in rural areas, and so they don't have the transportation. We talk to so many students every single day who are struggling. We have so many students that possibly drop out every semester due to transportation issues. So I think transportation is a big concern.
Well, we're a small university community. Just imagine all those students on the road. The congestion would be much worse than it is. It's cool to use public transit. It's been a very, very positive thing for our community.
Last year we were at 1.2 million riders in the system that we have here in the out system. Of that, probably about 1 million of those are students. That's a lot. We don't look at just the students coming into campus. These are students who are riding this to get around the community as well.
This past January, we expanded to the Golden Triangle Regional Airport. And we had been approached by the airport to see if we could develop a program because we have international students. We have people who come to school here that do not have a vehicle. When they land at GTR, we have very little options for transportation. We knew that there was a need. We had no idea how much of a need. The first month we rolled it out, we had almost 400 riders. It's become a very vital program as part of the Golden Triangle Regional Airport transportation option. And so being able to offer them the option to get to and from Starkville is something that's really benefited us. Local hotels love it, students love it, so it's been a good expansion for us.
Over the years, I've just noticed and become more aware because I've used the transit system for individuals that are coming in to revisit their communities. use the transit system to expose them to all of the amenities that the community offers that they were not aware of. And it was through public transit.
Well, the trolleys are used basically for the tours of the reservation. Not many people know what our reservation is like, especially those that have never heard of us. And so that enables our visitors to come and look to see what we have here on the reservation itself.
Well, tourism is a great means of economic development. It is a great way to enhance community through sales tax, because when people come in your community and they lack your amenity that you offer, they come and stay in your hotel, they go to your restaurants. If you got a great transportation system and a great tourism system, you got a win-win.
One morning, I was going to Walmart and I had a seizure. I made an appointment to see a neurologist here, and he said that you cannot drive. Well, I was frustrated, but I had to follow the law. So I had to go 1 solid year everywhere on the bus, to the doctor, to the drugstore, to Walmart. And I enjoyed, after a little while, I got used to calling the bus. So I got used to having to depend on the transit system. Thank God they had this.
I don't have a car, and it's hard to get around and get back and forth. The transportation is important to me for school because I recently just got my AA in culinary arts. If it wasn't for the transportation for me getting back and forth, I wouldn't have my AA. And I'm going back to get my BS, which also helped me get my job. I'm a sous chef. My job is an hour and a half away. It would be very hard and very impossible to get to work every day. So I'm thankful that they're here.
My mom just passed away in September 20th of 2015. She had a broken hip when she deceased, and she had Alzheimer's. And getting her to her doctor's appointments was very important to me, my siblings, and her grandchildren to extend her life. Had it not been for transportation, I feel that her life would have lapsed long before. But having public transit and having good drivers that assisted us in getting her in and out of doctor's appointments, there could never be a repayment to MDOT, just on a personal level for me.
There are people in my district I know without public transportation would not have a job. They would not have adequate medical care. They would not have adequate educational opportunities. And so without public transportation doing those things or providing those things, the tax base, the constituency, the people here would definitely suffer. There's a great opportunity for public transportation in the state.
Public transportation is always needed, whether it's here or in other areas. As we grow, I believe that public transportation will continue to be a need here on the reservation.
Transportation is freedom for our citizens. They have now the ability, the opportunity, without any barriers, to get to and from where they need to get the service that they need, be it healthcare, be it a job, be it just relationships coming into town to visit someone. They would not have had that opportunity if it wasn't for public transportation. So it gives our citizens the freedom to do a lot of things that they would not have the opportunity to do if we did not have public transportation in our city.
I'm just so glad that Mississippi has these programs for people that need help.
Public transportation, it makes a difference. It keeps people connected. And I think as human beings, I know technology is really important, but I think transportation really keeps us connected.
Public transit is the way to go. It saves gas. Our drivers are friendly, courteous. You don't have to stress about traffic. You don't have to stress about parking. Leave the stresses behind and use public transit. It's safe, dependable, reliable, and affordable.
I love transportation, and we've done a lot here. A transportation system that serves multiple types of transportation, like commuter transportation. And now we're at the point of what was a vision has become a reality. And we're just making it work one day at a time, just connecting people to everyday life. That's what we do. And we like what we do.